Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Accounts Guru Goal Learn Accounting Online. So today we are here based on the request of one of our viewers, and he asked us to explain the technical assessment interview questions with answers. In our earlier content, we provided the assessment interview questions and ask you guys to answer for that. So, considering that content, one of viewer asked us to create the content with answer and explain in detail. So, considering that, we are here to discuss about R2R technical assessment interview questions and answers explained by Santosh Phulse. In addition to that, if you guys are looking for any sort of training that's related to accounting and finance, then you can connect with us on our email ID accounts.gurukul@yahoo.com. If you want to know more about our courses, then request all the viewers to visit our website, that's accountsgurukul.com, or you can reach out to us at our email ID accounts.gurukul@yahoo.com. So we'll jump towards the first questions. This accounts Gurukul had purchases and payments on account during the current year totaling 4,55,000, or you can read this 455,000. Accounts Gurukul beginning and ending accounts payable balances for the year were 64,000 and 50,000 respectively. So 64,000, that's the beginning balance, and 50,000 is ending balance. What amount represents accounts Gurukul accrual basis purchases for the year? So the expectation from these questions is that if you are the experienced one and having the experience of more than 2 years, 3 years, or I just want to say the one thing is that irrespective whether you have the experience or not, but if you're a graduate or if you're qualified or you have done any PG, then considering that, without looking towards the options for this, the expectation from you to give the answer for this. What amount represents accounts Gurukul accrual basis purchases for the year? But in these assessment questions, option added over here, but out of that, which one is correct? That's the questions. Now, if you look at these questions, we'll jump towards the Excel to discuss the same. So what amount represents accounts Gurukul accrual basis purchases for the year? And we know what's mean by accrual concept of accounting. So as per that, accounts Gurukul had purchases and payments on account during the current year totaling 4,55,000. So we are considering this 4,55,000 is total accounts Gurukul had accounts Gurukul done the payment during the year. This is the total payment. Now, beginning and ending accounts payable balances for the year were 64,000 and 50,000 respectively. This is actual paid, that's the 4,55,000 plus considering the accrual concept, this 50,000 is closing balance by year end. It means that this 50,000 we have to add since that purchase pertaining to the previous year. Then how much is total? Is 4,05,000. Now, how much is the opening balance? That's the 64,000. If the total payment is 4,55,000, closing balance is 50,000, then that's the total 4,05,000. From this 4,55,000, the opening balance, that's a 64,000 as well, are paid during the year, then what we have to do? Less. That's beginning balance. And how much is there? 64,000. Now, how much is the total purchase during the year? Then so 4,51,000. That's going to be the total purchase during the year as per the accrual concept of accounting. If you're going to do in another way, how much is total purchase? That's 4,55,000. Okay. How much is how the closing balance? That's a 50,000. Then that's also is going to be add. Or if how much is total payments on account during the current year totaling 4,55,000. This is actually paid. Then how much we have the closing balance? That's a 50,000. Out of that, 64,000 is pertaining to the opening balance. Okay. So how we are going to do is that 4,55,000 is total paid. And now how much is the opening balance? That's the 64,000. How much is the closing balance? 50,000. Then how much is the net you have? 14,000. Then 4,55,000 less this 14,000. That's a 4,41,000 is going to be the number. So it means if you do in two-way, your answer is 4,41,000. That much is the purchases during the current year. So how much is total paid? 4,55,000. Out of that, and plus the closing balance is 50,000. Then the 4,55,000 plus 50,000, 5,05,000 less opening balance. That's a 64,000. Now your closing balance is 4,41,000, and that's the 4,41 is pertaining to the total purchase during the year. So your answer, this one is going to be the correct. The next one, Accounts Gurukul purchased an equipment for 600. The equipment has a useful life of 4 years and a scrap value of 50 at the end of year 4. What is the depreciation expense for year 1 using a straight line method? Now here as well, there's no need to see the options. We ourselves are able to do the calculation of this. How much is total value? 600. The equipment has a useful life. How much is 4 years? And the scrap value is 50 at the end of the year 4. It means that by end of the 4 years, we want the value of that equipment remains in the books as 50. So what we have to do, 600 less 50, it's a 550. That 550 divided by 4, and that's going to be the depreciation for 1 year. And how it's going to be the work? Come towards here. So 600 is total value is less 50. That's the scrap value. Now this 450 divided by 4. So it means that 137.50. That's going to be the your depreciation amount for the first year. So this is your correct answer. Now the second one, using the same example from question number 2, what is the closing balance of property, plant and equipment in year 3? So how much is the balance is going to be by end of the third year? That's a closing balance. So how much is depreciation is going to be? 137 per year. And if you are going to calculate the depreciation for the 3 years, that's 412.50. And this is 550. So plus 50. So it means original value is 600 less this 412.50. So your closing balance of the assets by end of the 3 years is 187.50. And how? So your depreciation per year is 137. So for the 3 years, that's a 412.50. Your assets value is 600. 600 less 412. So your value is going to be 187. 7. That's your closing value of plant and equipment by third year. Now, the fourth one. ABC company received 1000 in December for services it will perform in the following month. ABC company received 1000 in December for services it will perform in the following month. So it means the service is yet to deliver, yet to perform, but still we received amount in the month of December itself. ABC used the accrual basis of accounting. So when its accrual comes, it means that that's not our income since we haven't yet delivered the services and we can't consider that as an income for us. In December, ABC debited cash for 1000 since the amount is received. What will be the other account involved in the December accounting entry prepared by ABC and what type of account is it? So in December, we received 1000 for services which we are going to perform in the month of Jan. So for December, that's not our income. So that's not going to hit to our P&L. So we have received the cash, bank account is going to debit. And second, that's liability on us to deliver the services. So that 1000 is going to credit in balance sheet towards unearned revenue. That's a liability on us. So that's the correct answer. Next, ABC company perform services for XYZ in December and billed XYZ 4000 with terms of net 30 days. ABC company performed services for XYZ in December and billed XYZ 4000 with terms of net 30 days. So service has been delivered in the month of December and billed as well. ABC follow the accrual basis of accounting. In Jan, ABC received the 4000 from XYZ. In Jan, ABC will debit cash since cash was received. What account should ABC credit in the journal entry? So when the invoice was raised in the month of December and services as well delivered, the entries probably booked in the system is that's AR, account receivable account debit to services. And when we receive the amount in the bank, then the bank account is going to debit. And the second account receivable account is going to be credit. So that's the answer for this. Next one. ABC company follows the accrual basis of accounting and performs a service on account on credit in December. ABC company follow the accrual basis of accounting and perform a service on account on credit in December. The service was billed at the agreed upon amount of 3500. ABC company debited account receivable for 3500 and credited service revenue for 3500. The effect of this entry on the balance sheet of ABC is to increase assets by 3500 and 2. So you have delivered the services in the month of December. You raised the invoice as well. So you debited account receivable. That's going to increase your assets and credited your service revenue. Then how the impact going to be in the balance sheet? One, its account receivable is increasing. And second, that's increase owners, stockholders, equity by 3500. When it's towards the service income that credited to the P&L, so it's if it's a profit of 3500, then that's going to increase your owner's stockholders equity by 3500. And the last, ABC company incurs cleanup expense of 500 on December 30. The supplier invoice states that the 500 is due by Jan 10th and ABC will pay the invoice on Jan 9th. ABC follow the accrual basis of accounting and its accounting year ends on December 31st. What is the effect of the cleanup service on the December balance sheet of ABC? ABC company incurs cleanup expenses of 500 on December. The supplier invoice states that 500 is due by Jan and ABC will pay the invoice on Jan 9th. ABC follow the accrual basis of accounting and its accounting year end on December 31st. What is the effect of cleanup service on the December balance sheet? Expense is incurred. So it means that expense account is going to debit. That's the first. And the second one, if the invoice is received, that's going to hit to your accounts payable. And if your invoice is not received, still that's going to hit to your accrued expenses. That's a liability. So it means that expense account is going to debit, and in the balance sheet, your liability is going to increase. So it means your asset is not going to be involved here since this is expenses. And expense is going to hit to your P&L as an expense account. And second, your liability is going to increase. That's accounts payable and no effect on owner's equity. So this is the impact that's going to hit to your balance sheet as a liability, and the liability is going to increase. So this is the correct answer for this. So that's the way the R2R technical assessment interview questions and answers explained in this content to all of our viewers based on the request of our one of viewer. So request all the viewers to like, share, and subscribe our channel to get more practical knowledge related to accounting and finance. We also have a scope to add in a comment if you require any specific content we have to create for viewers. In addition to that, if you guys are looking for any sort of training related to accounting and finance, you can connect with us on our email ID accounts.gurukul@yahoo.com. If you want to know more about our course content, then you can connect with us. You can visit our website accountsgurukul.com. Thank you.